to the same content which I showed you in the last lab session. So maybe because in the previous lab session there were people who were missing. So some of them have joined though. So those things should also be covered once again, I suppose. And few more things I'll talk about. So let me go back to the same content. And first of all, let us talk about what we would be doing in this lab. So I'll share my screen with you. Let me share my screen with you. Yeah, so this lab is all about designing the digital circuits, right? So you have to implement the digital circuits, which would be composed of obviously gates, and these gates would be inside your ICs, integrated circuits. So those integrated circuits are normally provided in the lab, and apart from these ICs, you will find that the lab also has a digital trainer board, so where these ICs are already inbuilt, and you also have a wish board, or what we call as the breadboard. So you can utilize all these components to realize any digital logic function. Yeah? So for example, you can think about realizing a multiplexer using logic gates, or maybe an encoder, or maybe a decoder, or even flip-flops, right? Or even counters, yeah? Or even more complex functions you can think of, designing and verifying using these ICs which contains gates. We'll have to connect these ICs and the gates inside them, okay, by some wiring, and then supply power, and you have to then verify the output corresponding to the inputs. Okay. So you will also learn in this lab to design a counter, and you'll also verify the shift registers, adders, subtractors, etc., with the help of these ICs, integrated circuits. So these are the list of experiments that we have in this lab. So number one, as you can see, it says familiarization with digital trainer kit and associated equipment. So since the lab is not open, the institute is not open currently, so I'll try to summarize and show you what kind of digital trainer kit we have in the lab, and what all is present on that kit, and how we can utilize the components which are present on the kit to realize a digital function. Okay. Then, for example, second experiment would be to verify the truth tables of different logic gates. Okay. So you may verify, various logic gates, for example, AND, or NAND, or inverter that is NOT gate. So all these things you can again verify the truth tables, supply some input, and whatever is output you can verify. So how you will verify, I will just give a briefing to you. Then similarly, the third experiment talks about gray to binary and binary to gray conversion using basic gates. Then the fourth one says multiplexer, demultiplexer using integrated circuits. Fifth one is encoder and decoder using ICs. So then we have a full adder, flip-flops. Okay. Then you have a mod 12 up and down counter, shift register, and BC27 segment converters. So all these things you will be implementing and verifying in this lab. Now I also understand that there is a theory course running in parallel. So since you haven't read this digital design before, you may have some basic idea, but yes, the full-fledged theory course I think is running in this semester, and the classes also might have started by now. So you would be learning the theory, okay, and how to design these digital logic functions using, for example, the Carnot map techniques or maybe the De Morgan's theorem. So all these things you would be learning in the theory course, and whatever you learn in the theory course, so you will try to implement the same thing as a hardware here in this lab. So let me show you what kind of kit we have in the lab. So before that, let us talk about the integrated circuit that you will be provided. So you will be provided an integrated circuit or IC, which may look like this picture here on the top. So it represents an integrated circuit, and it has pins here. You can see silver metallic pins, and so this IC may contain logic gates. So for example, between pin number 1 and 2, there could be one gate. So here is the picture of this IC, same IC, this one. Picture is represented here, schematic. So you will find that between these pins, pin number 1, 2, 3, okay, so between these pins, you will find that gates are connected. Maybe a AND gate, or maybe an AND gate, or NOR gate, or simple inverter. So depending upon which IC we are using, so all ICs have separate gates. So AND gate, we have a separate IC. AND gate, we have a separate IC. So
any integrated circuit.
Yeah. So now you also have to understand how to locate the pin numbers on the IC. So for locating the pin numbers in an IC, you will always look for this kind of mark on the IC, which is called a notch. Okay. So this is called a notch. So for example, here in this IC, you will see here a mark here, a U type mark here, so which is not present on this side. Okay. So only one side has this kind of mark, which is called a notch. So if you hold a IC like this, so pin number 1 will be located towards the left of this notch, right? So you have pin number 1 here, and then you keep on counting pin numbers as you move down. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the other side, we start at the bottom. We say it's 8, and then pin number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so normally 14 pins will be there in the IC, which will be provided to you in the lab. Now, between these pins, as I said, the gates would be connected. So it is possible that between pin number 1 and 2, a 2-input AND gate is connected. Okay? So maybe if a 2-input AND gate has, of course, 2 inputs, so inputs may be between pin 1 and 2, and output may be connected to pin number 3, right? So that we will understand when we look at the specification of the IC. We'll come to know how the gates are present, where they are present, which pin number corresponds to the input, or which pin number corresponds to the output of which gate, right? So that we'll come to know very soon. Then we maybe there are different kinds of boards available in the lab. So one of the board may look like this. So in this board, you will find that there is a wish board, or what we call as the breadboard, right? So breadboard or wish board on the top, and in this portion, you have an option of connecting, pulse inputs. Okay? So pulse input source are present here. Then similarly, clock source is present over here. Then similarly, you have inputs. So those inputs which you will supply to your gates. So input means logic input I'm talking about. So that is 0 or 1 logic. So that you can provide from these input sources, which are then in turn connected to the LEDs, right? So if one of the input is high, so this LED corresponding to this input will light up. Similarly, yeah, so I think here we have the inputs, so which are associated with the switches. So these are the switches at the bottom. So switch is in the off position, I say it's low, and switch is in the on position, I say a high state is being passed. So from here, these orange ones, these switches are connected, and the logic state on these input lines can be changed to either 0 or 1 or low or high by controlling through these switches which are present at the bottom. Now to these ports, this one, the green ones, you will connect the output. So whatever is the output, you will connect here, and to these output ports you have associated LEDs. Yeah. So similar kind of boards you will find in the lab, and then you have a wishboard here or a breadboard. So here on breadboard you will connect the IC and then create the logic function. Yeah, so how to put the IC? So again, you will see that the IC is normally placed in the middle line, middle place, or at the mid of this wishboard. We normally connect the IC. So why we connect this here? So because you will find that in a wishboard, so this middle block, which is divided into two parts, so these two parts are not connected, right? And in these individual parts, two parts, let us say this one, if I say, so this part, all these holes are connected vertically, right? So you have a vertical connection between all these holes. Yeah? So for example, this column, all these holes are connected. So this represents basically a line. Yeah? So vertical line is represented by these holes. So it's a wire beneath these holes. So that means whatever you connect to the top hole, so the same input or maybe same output can be derived from the hole which are in this vertical line. So all these vertical lines are separately connected. Similarly, the bottom one, this one, so this also has vertical connection. So all these vertical lines or the holes which are present in the vertical line, they represent a wire. That is, all these holes are connected vertically. So similarly, if we look at the top of this wishboard or at the bottom of this wishboard, so you will find that the top and bottom portions of the wishboard, the holes are connected horizontally. So I have a horizontal connection between the holes, horizontal connection, right? So that means whatever is present in this hole, okay, horizontal hole, so same would be present in the hole which is just beside this hole, right? So all these are having horizontal connection. Okay. Now the purpose of these horizontal connections at the top and bottom is that normally you connect your supply, the plus 5 volt or whatever supply you have, positive supply, so that you will connect in the top portion of the board, and the bottom portion, this horizontal connection, so this is normally utilized for connecting the ground. Okay. So an IC, normally you will find that in any IC which has 14 pins, you will normally find that this pin number 7, so this is always connected to ground, and pin number 14 you will find that this is connected to your positive power supply, DC power supply, or we call it plus VDD, right? So pin number 14 you will connect to positive power supply and 7 to the ground. Then on the wishboard, you have to place your IC in this manner, okay, like this. Yeah, like this. Okay, so in the middle you will put always, you will not put it in this portion or maybe in this portion completely. half of the IC will be lying in this portion, the middle half, and the half of the IC portion, that is the top pins, will be on the upper portion of the wishbone. Yeah? So this portion and this portion, because these two are not connected. Yeah? So if I want some connection, I can directly connect. Maybe let's say pin number 1 I want to connect to some input, so I'll directly bring that input maybe from here, maybe from here, this yellow one with switches. I'll connect a wire from this. I'll bring to pin number 1 here. Yeah. So I'll connect it. So similar to this board, we have another board in our lab which looks like this. Okay. So in this board also you will find you have a breadboard or wishboard in the center with horizontal lines. Yeah. The top one and the bottom ones having horizontal connection, and the two middle ones having the vertical connection, with the two middle ones being isolated from each other. Yeah. So such kind of digital trainer kit you will find in our lab, and you will again find a provision of providing logic inputs, that is 0 and 1, which is provided at the bottom through these switches, which are connected to these sockets, and you have LEDs also present in the middle line. So if the switch is in low position, this LED will not be on. If switch is in high position, this LED will be on. And you need to connect the inputs, that is low or high, from these input ports to the input of your logic gates. Now in this board you will also find that the logic gates are also present. Yeah? So for example, here a AND gate, 4 AND gates are present here. And similarly 4 NAND gates, 4 XOR gates, and 4 OR gates. Yeah? So all these gates are present. In fact, these gates are part of the ICs which have actually these gates. So these ICs are beneath this board. So for example, if I say that 4 NAND gates which are present in IC 7400. So it's written also over here, you may read. IC 7400 is a quad 2 input NAND gates. That is, quad means it has 4 gates, and those 4 gates are 2 input NAND gates. Right? So similarly here, this IC, that is 7408, has quad 2 input AND gates. Right? 4, that means 2 input AND gates. Okay. Now if I want to verify this AND gate, 2 input AND gate, so I'll simply connect my logic input to these input ports, pin number 1 and 2, okay, here, and I'll connect the output from pin number 3 to this logic status indicator. Right? So that means let us say A is this, so I'll connect A from here to pin number 1. Similarly, this port B I'll connect to pin number 2, and from pin number 3 I'll take another wire. I'll connect from here to any of these LEDs. Let us say I connect to this LED output. So if I apply 0, 0, that is both these switches are off. So the output should be 0 of the AND gate. So this LED which I have connected to the output will not light up. And now if I make these two switches, to both of them to high position, that is, I'm supplying 1, 1 to the AND gate input, the output which I have connected to this LED, so this LED will be light up. Yeah. So 1 represents on state and 0 represents an off state. So in off state, the LED will be off. On state, that is high state, logic 1, the LED will be on. So similarly, you will find other ICs are also present here with their respective gates. For example, 4 quad 2 input OR gates which are present in IC 7432. Similarly, you have a XOR gate present in IC 7486. Again, 4 2 input XOR gates. Then apart from these gates, you will also find that you have a few more ICs present. Okay. So our lab trainer kit also has such kind of ICs, and what is inside this IC, which gates are there or which flip-flops are there. So for that, they are mentioned though in the manual, but yes, if I want to know what is inside the IC, so obviously I'll have to refer to the IC manual, right? So every IC has a manual associated with it. So I'll just see that manual or data sheet, what we call as. Okay. So yeah. So it is possible in the lab that you may be given an IC, let's say IC 7400 you may be given. So IC 7400 has four two input NAND gates. So maybe you'll be given 7400 IC, which you will have to put here on the wish board and then make connections to that IC, that is connecting plus VCC, that is power supply and ground, and then providing connection to the gates. Okay. Or maybe you can utilize the gates which are present here on the IC itself. Okay. The schematics of the gates are present here itself to make things simple. But yes, if you require 8 2 input AND gates, so obviously then you will need another IC, because this board provides you only 4 2 input NAND gates. Yeah, if my requirement is 8 2 input NAND gates, so obviously that means I will have to connect IC 7408 here on the wish board. Yeah, two ICs I can connect, so which will give me 8 2 input AND gates, and then I can connect those input gates to realize a function. Okay, so then let me go back to our lab manual. So in our lab manual, the digital trainer kit that we have, so the features of those digital trainer kit are that you will find that there is an input voltage supply of 5 volts. Then you also have a clock input. Clock pulse of 1 second is present. 10 logic switches, that is high-low input switches, are present. And 10 LED output indicators are also present. Then you have a breadboard also present. Yeah, fifth point says you have a breadboard also present. Main on-off switch with LED indicators are also present. And you will also find that these ICs, some of them may be present and some of them may be provided to you. So for example, 7400, which is a 4 NAND gates are present, 2 input NAND gates are present. Similarly, 7402, 4 2 input NOR gates are present. Similarly, 7404 is for 6 inverters. Yeah, hex here means 6. So number of inverters are 6 present in 7404. Similarly, 7408 you have AND gates. Then you have triple 3 input AND gates. Yeah, 3, that means 3 input AND gates are present in IC 7411. So it is possible that you have a function which requires 3 input AND gates. Yeah. 3 input AND gates you will utilize 7411, and for 2 input AND gate you will utilize 7408 IC. Then similarly you have 3 input NOR gate also present in this IC 7427, which will be supplied to you and which may also be present on the digital trainer board itself. Yeah. So remember these ICs which I was showing you here. Yeah, these ICs 7483, 74194, which do not have schematic of this kind, you don't know what is present inside. So those things you will come to know when you look at the data sheet. So it is possible that there are 3 2 input NAND gate or other things present in the ICs. So every IC is associated with some gates. Then for example 7442 IC, this is a BCD to decimal decoder IC. So you have a BCD to decimal decoder circuit present in this IC. So you can verify this IC as well. Then you have a BCD to 7 segment decoder in 7447. And then for designing counters or shift registers, you will need flip-flop based ICs. So ICs which have flip-flops inside them. So for example, 7472 IC, it has AND gates based JK flip-flop. Similarly, 7474, it has dual D-type flip-flop, that is 2 quantity of D-type flip-flops are present. Similarly, you have a dual JK flip-flop. Then similarly, you have a decade counter IC, shift register IC, 1 to 4 line demultiplexer, or maybe 4 to 1 line multiplexer IC. And then also you have a synchronous counter IC available. Okay. So instead of using synchronous counter IC, we would like you to utilize any of these two ICs, that is 7472 or 7474, to implement a counter. Okay. So that you will come to know when you do experiments in the lab. Okay, so application of these ICs, as I already told you, that you will verify the logic gates in the experiments. You can also verify the De Morgan's theorems and Boolean identities. You can make adders, subtractors. You can verify the flip-flops, counters, shift registers. You can create and verify multiplexers, demultiplexers, and many more things can be done. Yeah. So, but yes, we will stick to what is covered in the instruction lab manual of this lab. So we'll only try to implement and study those experiments. Okay. So, for example, IC 7408, it is a quad 2-input AND gate IC. Right? So in this IC 7408, you will find that you have 4 2-input AND gates. So how these AND gates are connected, you will find that pin number 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, between pin number 1, 2, 3, you have 1A AND gate, where the inputs of this AND gate are connected to 1, 2 pin number, and output is connected to 3. Similarly, you have another AND gate between 4 to 6. 7 is, as I said, you will have to connect this to ground. Then between 8 to 10, again you have an AND gate. 11 to 13, you have another AND gate, and 14 you will connect to the supply. Right. So suppose I want to verify one AND gate, I'll simply connect inputs to 1, 2. So those inputs may be 1, 2. I'll call it A, B. Right. So this is the truth table of this AND gate. So I have to verify this. I'll simply connect 1, 2 to A, B. Yeah, 2 switches, and then I'll keep on turning the switches on and off and try to create this input pattern, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And based on these inputs, I'll verify the output Y, which would be 0, 0, 0, 1 for these input states. Yeah? So you'll have to change the input states via those switches. Okay? I'll again show you those switches. So those switches are present here. Okay? So these switches are connected to these sockets, and from these sockets you will connect a wire to these input gates. Okay? So this input pattern can be created, that is, inputs can be created, all the input combinations can be created, and based on these input patterns you will observe the output at pin number 3 for verifying a AND gate. Now, since you do not have access to the lab because the institute is closed and we don't know when it will be opened, but yes, the idea of this conducting an online lab is to train you in a way that you will be exposed to everything virtually, so you'll have a knowledge of how things will work. And once the lab opens, maybe after 3 or 4 months, or maybe sooner, you would be in a position to implement the same thing on the boards. Okay. So that is the aim of currently holding these online lab sessions. Okay. So you will also find that many virtual lab links are currently present. So for example, IIT Bombay has created a virtual lab for doing digital electronic based experiments. So that link is opened here. I have opened it for you. I think I have shared also this link with you. If not, I'll share it again. So here you can implement, for example, these experiments. Yeah? For example, you can implement a half adder by using basic and universal gates. You can also implement and study binary to gray code converter by again using the simple basic gates which are present present inside those ICs which I have already talked about. Then one can also implement a 1-bit full adder using multiplexers. Then implementing a half adder using basic and universal gates. Implementing a 3-bit counter, ripple counter, full adder using multiplexers, or maybe a parallel binary adder by using basic universal gates. Yeah? So maybe let me click this link where the half adder is implemented. I go into this and then I click this simulation. Yeah? So this is virtual lab which is present on the IIT Bombay's website. So I'll encourage you to use this because our application is also based on creating digital logic circuits and verifying them using these wishboards, right? So here you will find a wishboard is provided to you similar to what you will see in the lab. So again, you will see that these red holes, these have horizontal connection, as I said. So these are for connecting the power lines, and the blue lines here at the bottom, they have horizontal connection, as I said. So these will be used to connect ground of your ICs. And then in the component section here on the top, you will find, if I click this component section, for a half adder circuit, you need this IC 7408 and 7486. So if I go back to the lab manual, you will find out what is 7408 and 7486. So 7408, you will have 4 2-input AND gates. 7408, we have 4 2-input AND gates, and 7486, we have 4 XOR gates, right? So a half adder or a full adder can be created by using AND gates and XOR gates, right? So AND gates are present in IC 7408 and XOR gates are present in 7486. So that is why we see here in the component selection, you have 2 ICs, right? So maybe let us select 7408 first. So I click and I drag it and I can place it anywhere here, right? So once I place it here, it automatically fixed. I don't have to adjust it more. So it will be automatically fixed in between, this line. Above this line, it will be fixed. Now the other thing is that you have to connect the power supply and ground lines. So as I said, pin number 14 is connected to power supply always. Okay? So a power supply is also provided to here. You would notice this red circle and this black circle, right, over here. So this represents a +5 volt supply, and this COM represents a ground or a common ground. Yeah? COM, or we call it common ground. So we'll simply click this 5-volt supply here, hold it, okay, and bring a wire from here, and I'll connect this to the top horizontal line of my wishboard. Similarly, ground, I'll connect. This is the first step. So ground, I'll connect to again the bottom line. So here I connected the ground. Now from here, I'll make connections to my pin number 14 and 17. So any of these pins above pin number 14, this is notch. So pin number 1 starts here, so 1 to 7, and then 8 starts from here at the top, 8 to 14. So that means this is my pin number 1 here. So I can connect any of these blue holes which are appearing above pin number 14. Okay. So let us take out a wire from any of these holes. Let us select this hole, and I'll connect it to any of the holes which are appearing above pin number 14. Right. So I have now connected a +5-volt supply to pin number 14 this way, right? Because the top line has horizontal connection, bottom also has horizontal connection, and these have vertical connections. Okay. So similarly, I'll connect the ground line to pin number 7. So I again just click and hold, and then I bring it to pin number 7. So any hole in this line, in vertical line, can be connected. So I'll connect, maybe let us say this point I connect. Okay. So I have provided the power and ground to my IC. Now I know that IC 7408 is 4 2-input AND gates are present. Right? So 7408, this is IC 7408. So between pin number 1 and 3, one AND gate is connected. Yeah. So let's say I want to verify a AND gate, so I'll make connections to pin number 1 and 2 at the input, and 3 I'll connect to the output LED. So let me try to connect pin number 1 and 2, which are the input to the AND gate, and 3 as the output. Yeah, we are not implementing half adder. Let us only say that we are connecting the inputs, 2 inputs of one AND gate and output of the AND gate to the LEDs. Yeah? So here you have input switches. Right? So when you click on these input switches, you will see that the color of the LED associated with the input is also changing. Right? So when I click this, so this is in off situation. So this is red LED associated with it. And when I again press it, so that means this switch is on. So you see a green LED indicator over it, on top of it. So that means this is supplying a plus or a high input, logic input. Okay. So I'll connect maybe any of these. Both I have to connect maybe. So I'll again click here and then take out a wire and connect to the pin number 1. Okay. So any of these lines could be connected. Let me connect to pin number 1 this hole. Similarly from here, the another input I'll connect to pin number 2. Right. So any of these holes I can connect. Maybe I'll choose this one, the bottommost one. So again I'll take and I try to connect. Right. So pin number 1, 2 inputs have been connected. Okay. Now pin number 3, that is output. So I'll associate the output to any of these LEDs. Yeah. So you see here that there are 2 LEDs. Since this is the experiment which will implement a half adder, so half adder has sum and carry. So these two represent sum and carry, but yes, one can utilize these LEDs for any purpose. So let me utilize this sum LED which is marked as, and I'll connect this LED to the output of the first AND gate, which is present at pin number 3. Right. So pin number 3, any of these lines I can connect. So maybe I'll connect to the bottommost once again. So I have now connected the input and output to the AND gates, right? So if I, let's see, you can change the inputs also. So maybe you click this. So this is 0, and this one also 0. So maybe 1, 1. I think this is this example is solely for half adder, so that is why I think these LEDs are not responding to these inputs. Otherwise, you would have seen on 0, 0 this light would have been 0, and 1, 1 this light would have been on. Right? So on 0, 0 it's not switching off. But yes, in the real situation, you will find, since this example talks about half adder, so sum and carry have different purpose. So that's why it is not showing. But yes, the same website or same virtual lab can be utilized to implement a half adder. The only thing is that you need to connect the 2 ICs, that is 7408 and 7486, which is having AND gates and OR gates, to represent a full adder. Right? So full adder, sum and carry, you will obviously definitely see these LEDs responding to the inputs of the half adder. Right? So though it is not responding here because this program is made for only half adder, where I will have to connect the other IC also. So unless I connect the other IC, this circuit will not work. Yeah, because this is solely made for half adder application. Right? Now, apart from this virtual lab, which can be accessed at IT Bombay's website, you have another software. So I have found another software which is a freeware, open source, and the size is also too less, somewhere around 1 MB it is. So I'll share that software also with you. And the software's name is, I think, J Breadboard. So let me find out the software for you. The name of the software is J Breadboard, that is Java Breadboard. So you can utilize this software also. This is in fact more complete software. So I click this exe file of this Java Breadboard. So this is a more complete software. So where you don't have the limitations which are present on that IT Bombay website. Here you can simulate any design. Yeah? So components are present. So the Java Breadboard simulator interface looks like this. So you can install this software. I will share the link for downloading the software. In fact, I think I have already shared. So here, for example, you can insert a breadboard by pressing this tab, insert tab, and then pressing at the breadboard. So you have breadboard here now available. So similar to the breadboard that we have talked about. So here also you will find the top line which has horizontal connections, the bottom line which has also horizontal connection, the mid two lines have vertical connections. Now in the component section, in the insert tab itself, if you go to this chip, so in the chip you have component section here. You click on the component. So you have hex display, hex keyboard. We don't want them currently. So let me go back again to that component section from chip. Let me go to this TTL. Yeah, TTL will have these ICs. So I click on this TTL and say OK. So I have an IC 740. In fact, you can select which IC you want. So I'll go back again to this chip, TTL. So when I go to TTL, so I have these options available. And let me say I want a logic gate based flip-flop. So I click this logic option. So when I click logic, so I have these many ICs available. 7400, for example, 7402. And this 7400, for example, what is inside this 7400 IC? So you'll again refer back to your lab manual and see that 7400 actually has 4 2-input NAND gates. So you can verify these 2-input NAND gates again similarly. Okay. So these 4 2-input NAND gates are present in 7400 IC, and how these are connected, which pin corresponds to which gate. So that information also you will find in this lab manual. So again, in this IC, the AND gates are present between 1 and 3. One AND gate you will find. So I click 7400, I can bring it here, and then I can provide connections similar to which is available on the IT Bombay website. Similarly, you can bring another IC here, 7402. I click 7402, and so that also can be brought here. So 7402. So you can place 2, 3 ICs, or maybe 4, 5 ICs you can place together, and then you have to provide the power supply. In fact, I think power supply and ground are already it is believed that they are connected. If they are not connected, maybe you can insert again from this insert option which is appearing over here. And for output, you can verify the output using connecting LEDs. Right? So 3 options of LEDs are present: red, green, and yellow. So any you can choose. So maybe if I choose red LED, so this LED is present here now, right? So you will connect the ports of this LED to whatever port. Let's say at pin number 3 the output was present. So I'll connect pin number 3, one portion that is top of this. I'll connect to pin number 3, and the bottom of this, the other pin of this IC, I'll connect to the ground, which may be present here, right? And if the logic state on pin number 3 for an AND gate, if it is logic state is high, this LED will glow up. That is, it will be on, otherwise it will remain off. So that you can verify. Then you will also find that there are some examples also present. So you can also verify example. For example, OR gate is being tested here. So OR gate, so you can open this OR gate. So here an OR gate is being implemented, and the inputs and outputs are connected to these ICs. So you can verify this OR gate. You press this run simulation. In fact, you have to read the manual and learn how this J breadboard operates. So I'll encourage you to learn how to implement the digital circuits on breadboard using this software. Okay. So how to perform simulation. So everything you will find in this help user guide. So you have a user guide here, so which will explain you how to, or maybe user guide can also be downloaded separately. So that also can be downloaded. So I'll encourage you to download and install this software and learn this software, how to run the simulations and how to implement the digital logic circuit and how to verify them. And also you can utilize the virtual lab from IIT Bombay. So I have already shared, I think, so you can download. And then from the next lab onwards, we can think about doing the experiments. Okay. So, yeah. So if you have any queries, you can ask. Experiments and all we'll do from the next lab session onwards. In this week, you will download and install this software, Java Breadboard, and also you'll try to implement, or verify the gates on the ICs on Java Breadboard. Okay. Verify the truth tables of the AND gates or OR gates. Okay, and the same thing we will try to do in our experiment lab session on the in the next week. So if you have any queries, please ask. Amit, Ankit.
No, sir.
Manoj. Nikhil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rohit, you have any queries?
No,
Please
sir,
ask.
No, sir. No, sir.
Samuel, and Tanvi, Manohar, Riti Ranjan. So if you have any queries, please ask. And I think you have the copy of the software. Yeah, I had sent it. Nikhil, did you receive the copy of the software?
No, sir.
Or you didn't receive? So I'll send it today itself. The copy of this software and also the link to the virtual lab, which is on the IIT Bombay website. So if you have no queries, then I'll stop here itself. And we can, yeah, you have any query, Nikhil?
No, sir.
Okay, so I think I'll stop here and we'll meet on the next Tuesday, okay, in our lab session. And on Tuesday, I hope and I expect that you will have this software installed and you also have the knowledge of working on this software through the user guide, so which I will send you. So you'll go through the user guide and you will install the software. You will try to verify the truth table of some gates, maybe an AND gate, an OR gate. Then so that when we meet on the next lab session, then you are in a position to at least do the experiments. Okay. So I hope that you will do your homework, that is download and install the software, learn the software interface and try to implement simple logic functions or verify the simple logic functions. So with this, I will stop, and the students, if they don't have any queries, they may disconnect.